I think every student could become an integrated student because, again, if they stopped and thought about it, that's how they've learned their entire life. I don't think there's any particular specialty that would benefit more from a traditional program than an integrated program either.
We have people matching in the most competitive fields like neurosurgery and ophthalmology, and so it's not a disadvantage at all.
In fact, that ability to get a letter from a cardiovascular surgeon or a neurosurgeon or an orthopedist may actually be better in our program than it would be in a big academic center.
You know, we have students from here going into neurosurgery, which is one of the hardest things to get into. Well, why are they going into neurosurgery? Well, built into everybody's schedule is a little bit of flexible time, and they can do whatever they want on their flexible time. And these students have been scrubbing in first assist on 100 surgeries. Nobody does that in medical school, right?
We have these blocks in our schedule called RCT time to pursue any field that we want. So for example, in my time off, I can either do extra time with Dr. Parent, or I've done time with plastic surgery, which is another field that I'm interested in.
Like we had a patient in family med, and he had a hip problem. They didn't really know what was wrong, but it was decided that he was going to need an x-ray and probably need to see an orthopedic surgeon. Like, because we have that reserved clinical time, I was able to go and go to that visit too.
It gives people the opportunity to tailor their education and actually make themselves much better and much more marketable than they would have been otherwise.
If you have testing scores that do not meet their cutoffs, you won't get interviewed. You have to have those numbers, okay? Now, once you have those numbers, then that's where it opens up really, really well, okay? And this is the magic of AIM.
You're gonna really impress the people that you go do away rotations with, which matters a ton for residency interviews, because you've had that opportunity to actually hands-on do things. So I've closed almost every single case I've been involved in, and I've actually been able to retract and be first assist, and that's really unique.
If you're going into a surgical specialty, somebody who's been first assist on 100 cases is going to look a lot better than somebody who came through a traditional program. If our students would show up for an audition rotation, they would look like, oh my God, this looks like a third-year resident or a second-year resident, compared to everybody else. And so they would just blow it out of the water.